Welcome back to another edition of the End of Day Report with yours truly, Dex, the Algo Capitalist. Tonight is our special edition intraday price inflection point video for Take Back Friday. I almost didn't do this video this evening because I am really pressed for time, so I'm going to talk really fast. If you missed something, just rewind it at the end of the video. All right, so here we go. In no uncertain order, we're just going to run through these as fast as possible. All right, because I didn't want to leave you hanging with nothing, so I figured I would at least bring you something. All right, so I'm doing my best to bring you something so you just won't be left hanging. All right, so sorry I have to go so fast, but I'm not gonna be able to take any additional requests tonight because I got to get through these. All right, so let's jump right in. Okay, the first chart we have up here is Microsoft. All right, so Microsoft has a rally alert for tomorrow's trade for Take Back Friday. All right, and as long as the market can get a close above 209.11, it puts in a short-term bottom. But failure to close above 209.11 will keep the door open for another round of sell-off come Monday. So keep that in mind when we're talking about trading Microsoft. All right, crude oil futures. Crude oil futures still has a bearish spot in the market. We keep getting that downside production from the crash alert. Those below $38.21 per barrel is still bearish. You need to close above that to put in a short-term bottom. All right, silver futures. Silver futures, same thing. Sell buy still intact in the market. You would need to close above $23.95 to put in a short-term bottom. Closing below that keeps the bear market slide intact. Australian dollar, similar story here. Still has a sell bias in the market. You would need a close above 0.7087 to put in a short-term top. Failure to close above that stays in the bear camp. Looking at the euro dollar. All right, so here we have a sell bias still intact. You would need a close above 117.66 to put in a short-term bottom. Barring that, will remain in the bear camp. Taking a look at the euro yen, same thing, still has a sell bias in the market. You would need a close of 123.10 to put in a short-term bottom. Barring that, you remain in the bear cap going into next week. Pound sterling, all right, still has a sell bias in the market. Just keep getting downside production. In order to put in a short-term bottom, you need a close above 130. Barring that, you remain in the bear camp going into next week. Taking a look here at Ethereum. All right. A rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's closing for your Ethereum. Okay. So keep that in mind. You need to close above 393.80 in order to put in a short-term bottom. Anything below that keeps the door open for another flip-flop going into next week. You've been flipping and flopping all around here. You went from bearish now back to bullish. So it can't make its mind up where it wants to go. All right, taking a look here at Litecoin. All right, Litecoin still a downward bias. In order to put it in a short-term bottom, you need to close above 55.8893. Anything below that still remains in the bear camp for next week. Even the S&P 500. Rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. In order to put in a short-term bottom, you need to close above 33.52 3/4. Barring that, you remain in the bear camp going into next week. Russell My Hustle. Rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. You need to close at 1576.30 in order to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do that keeps the selling on for next week. Ford has a rally alert tomorrow. You need to close above $7.95 to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do that will open the door for more selling, possibly for next week. But you have a back door of escape. because of this rally alert. If we don't get another alert and you don't rally, you have 3 to 5 trading days to get that act together. So barring another signal, Ford is slated for a possible breakout rally next week. You just have to watch it on the reports. All right, looking at the Dow futures, sell bias still in the market. You need to close above 27,172 to put in a short-term bottom. Barring that, you remain in the bear camp for more selling for next week. All right, energy fuels. This stock ticker is UUUU. Rally alert for tomorrow. The initial target is the $1.65 trend line resistance, then the bottom of the Kumo cloud around 190. A close above $1.54 puts in a short-term bottom. So if this thing can rally tomorrow, you should remain in the bull camp going into next week. So very interesting development there. Suzuki Motor trading on the Tokyo Stock Exchange has a rally alert for trading on Friday. A close above $4 and I'm sorry, what is this? This is in the thousands. Is this yen or something? Okay, so here's the number: 4,513.61. Excuse me. A close above 4,513 will put in a short-term bottom, but a close below that keeps you actually you flip-flop. So if you get production tomorrow on this one, then what this market's trying to do is get a close above 45.13, and then that puts in the short-term bottom and puts you on tap to get back up to 46, because you flip-flop from bearish bias now to bullish bias. So I had to make a note of that. All right, so Ethereum ETF, the ETHE, has a rally alert for tomorrow's trading. You need to close above $58.61 to keep the bull door open. A close below that, though, switches it back to a bearish bias. All right, Facebook has a rally alert for tomorrow. A close above $277.29 is all that's needed to keep the bullish perspective alive for next week. Closing below that, though, does open up a sell bias. Looking at the Bitcoin ETF GBTC, this one has a rally alert for tomorrow's trading. A close of $14.78 is all that's needed to keep the bullish perspective alive going into next week. All right, gold futures, still sell bias in the market. You need to close above 1891.90 in order to put in a short-term bottom and maintain a bullish perspective. But closing below that keeps it bearish for next week. And then the NASDAQ 100 futures contract has a rally alert for tonight and tomorrow's trading. You need to close above 11,444 3/4 to put in a short-term bottom. Closing below that keeps a bearish perspective going into next week. So it won't be a whole lot you can do about that if you don't get that close. The close is going to be very important for markets across the board tomorrow. Here's your Bitcoin futures composite index. Still has a bull bias in the market. Long bias is still ruling the day. You need to close above 13,235 in order to keep the bull perspective alive. All right. So there it is. Oh man, I went through all that and I didn't share my screens with you. I am so sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. But at least you got the numbers. So, and that's the most, break down the numbers because those are the important things. But if you subscribe to the PulseWave reports, they're already on there. Those numbers are on the reports under the momentum trigger. The momentum trigger is your intraday price inflection points that I just read off to you for tomorrow in those. For those that subscribe, you already have it. All right, so there you go. I do have to run, and I don't know if I'll be able to do a pre-market tomorrow, but if I don't, you guys have a great weekend, and don't forget to remember the bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back.